Google Plus, Flickr, Spotify. So many out there for you to try. Put your life on the web and you will find like-minded people all have a good time.
So the whole point of social media is to increase brand awareness. Unfortunately, it's not about individual presenters. If you would like to get traction on social media for yourself, you need to make your own pages and your own profiles. And the good thing about being at a community radio station is that everyone who's on social media is only too happy to give you a little hand. So you just have to come in on a Thursday. I'm happy to give you a hand and let you know how that works. Social media encourages more discussion amongst our listeners. It gets people to share the page, share the posts, so more people know about Coast FM. That's it. That's all we wanted to do. We're not trying to say, listen to this show or that show, and I'll show you how that works in a minute. The website is for advertising, programming and presenters. I know it's not in a very good state at the moment, but it will be very shortly. And now I want you to look at your phones. And I want you to start scrolling on your Facebook. Go on the home of Facebook or Instagram and start scrolling. And you're going to see that depends how often you use it, you don't have to share it with the crowd. Have a look up on the left-hand side of each post. Who sees the word sponsor under a post?
Yeah.
Now keep scrolling. How many times do you see sponsor? There you go. those people are paying for posts. Coast FM is not paying for posts because we don't have a $20,000 budget plus every year for social media. So we have to work with a thing called the algorithm. All right? Now, Facebook and Instagram, I heard of you like, oh, I'm sick of sponsored posts. Me too. They're businesses and they've got to make money. That's what they're all about. All right? So there's no use getting angry about it. That's what they're there for. They are oversaturated with content. I'm going to take this as an example. Most people, what did I say, me? Okay. So you can have 5,000 followers on Instagram, Facebook, on a profile. Now, you're not going to see 5,000 posts every day. So the algorithm works out what you're going to see and what you're going to look at and how long you're going to stay on that profile for. And the name of the game for these guys is to keep you doing exactly what you're doing now, scrolling, so that you are seeing the sponsored posts. So the posts that aren't sponsored have got to be interesting. So Facebook and Instagram work out, well, what do these people think are interesting? And unfortunately, it's not posts that say, this show is on every day. Because you'll look at it and scroll past it really quickly. You'll go, oh, I know classic hits are on. I know that's happening, but you will stop at things that are different. And there's no radio station that puts up, this is what's on every day. I'll show you what they do in a second. We're trying to get people to interact. As soon as we get people to interact with posts, they stop. They stop scrolling. And the longer you stop scrolling, the longer you're on the platform, and these businesses can tell the people who are buying space in the sponsor post that you're there. You're going to be stopping and looking. Okay? So we need active users. That's what every radio station needs. We need people to interact with us. Low activity and repetition of posts, things that people see all the time, they flick through, means the algorithm flags us as an opportunity to make money. Who is on the back end of Facebook and looks after it for us? Tell you're there. We keep getting all these things saying, buy a post, make this post be seen to 1,000 people or whatever. Yeah, for $80. Well, we don't have that in our budget. So we have to be clever, okay? Next one. We are trying to get people to like posts, and this is what I want everybody to do if you can, please. And it's those of you who have businesses, we're learning a bit here too. You want people to like a post because the algorithm goes, that's great, these people liked it. You really want people to love it. Throw those hearts around. Commenting, it also flags the algorithm. This is interesting. So commenting, it can be just like, yeah, great post, whatever. But most of all, the golden egg is sharing that post. If you share that post with your friends, the algorithm will go, one person that liked Coast FM shared it with their friends, so we're going to keep showing not only that post, every other post. Well, not everyone, but more of the posts, because the people who are following the page are sharing it. And more people who do it, it just grows. Next one, please. All right, so this is how we go. There is no, and I keep saying this, and I'll please go and have a look now, I don't mind. There is no radio station that I have found, and I've had a couple of people say to me, but radio stations show every day what's on. They don't. This is what they do. They share an exciting feature, and that makes people say, I don't want to miss out. So instead of Patty and Rob Palmer saying, I'm on for breakfast, and my picking on anyway could be, I'm on for gardening, I'm going to talk about gardening today. They're saying, we're talking about the perfect sausage. So people go, oh, I don't know about the perfect sausage. The gardening gang says, oh, you're going to plant petunias this week. David, you could be saying, you know, this is what I'm talking about this week, so in musical theatre. So they're interesting things I want to know about. Kyle and that Jackie O have 2 clowns on that probably didn't go on, but anyway, there you go. Next one. So we want to share something exciting that's happening. Sharing what happened. This is where podcasts come in. I know this other thing's a little scary for some people, but videoing yourself in the studio or doing something, Reels are where it's at now. Video is what Meta, which runs Instagram and Facebook, wants to share all the time. So here we've got Kiss FM. They've got a little video of one of the blokes talking while he was on air. That goes on their Facebook page. And that says, gets people to go, I want to hear what happened. I want to know what happened. So I might listen again. And also they have the podcast, the Triple M people as well. So that's another way you can do things. Next one. Finally, asking a question. And I'm sure you've all seen this and you've probably all said, yes, here's my cat. What's your cat's name? Show me your cat. Asking questions. So Kiss has said there's 2 types of people. It's really easy. There's so many of these you can emulate. And asking a question. What's the weather like? What do you think of council? I don't know. It's asking a question. They can seem really simple, but even beyond us, the algorithm overall for the whole world of Facebook and Instagram says these are the posts, other than celebrities, that people want to see. So asking questions in your things that you could be doing. You could be asking topical questions, questions about music. Michael O'Brien does it really well. All right. His little game that he puts up. And it does really well. Del knows that from the back end as well. I know we're not doing all these things, but this is where we're heading for social media. How can you get social? This can seem daunting if you're not doing it at all, but we've got a whole team of 8 people that can create posts for you. You can, videos where it's at, and I know that can be scary for a lot of people, but photos are as well. All you need to do is send a photograph relating to your upcoming program. So if you've got Brian, I was speaking to you recently, name an artist you've got coming up. Banjo Willie or whatever. And Banjo Willie's got a great photograph of him, I don't know, somewhere. Send the photograph to us at social media with a little blurb, that's it. Then we create that post for you, all about Island Nights, and we put the links in. If you know links, that's even better. And we are starting to generate hashtags as well, because we want people to look at it, share it. And if you look at Michael O'Brien's things on social media, he has phenomenal success because he's clever. He has linked into local bands and tagged them. So Little Quirks have done a lot for Michael O'Brien. So did Leo Sayer, of course. And then the next step after that is a podcast. Now, there's a few of us who've started podcasting. We can't put music on podcasts, no one can. But if you edit out the music and the ads, you just send the file to social media and we can put the podcast up. So it depends on what the content of the show is, of course. But we have a podcast program, and that's really good because then we can share that on social media as well. And so, okay, so just round out social media. We're all here to help. I'm at the station on Thursdays, all day, sometimes Fridays as well. The website's digital media at coastfm.org.au if you want some more information. But what we're trying to do is to get people to notice Coast FM. Now, when I first started doing social media, the people who had been doing it did a great job, but it's like everything, you have to keep evolving all the time. So it took me probably 8 months, 9 months to work it out and get the algorithm through my brain, the backdoor things that we're all working on. So in the last 12 months, we ended up with a reach of 270,000 Central Coast in our reach. That's what we got, which was amazing. Okay, a lot of it was through COVID, but we tapped into that as well. We were sharing health information, and I would say that probably attributed about 50,000. The rest was through using tags and through using really good hashtags as well, and then sharing this information with other groups on the Central Coast as well. So we're moving on to more and more reach. So it's just brand awareness, that's what we're about. The website. Okay. Oh, and if you want to help with social media, just come and see me, because we can always expand. The website's changing. It's staying on the same platform. It's going to have different sections on it, one for all the presenters, another with all the programs as well. With links as well, we're going to be able to link to your things. So if you're running your own Facebook page or things like that, we can link back to that as well. That's coming along. There's myself and Chris is helping me as well with that. Thank you so much. And we're getting started on that in the next week or so. So it shouldn't be too long till we have a new website. So everybody's program and every presenter and our volunteers, if they so wish, will be on the website, plus events as well. Are there any questions?
So say I had a program,
yes,
and I wanted to get started on social media,
yep,
and it's a weekly program. What's the first step? What kind of content? You don't want repetitive posts. What would I need to promote my program?
Okay. The best way you can promote your program is coming and having a chat with myself. Even a phone call, my phone number's on everything, and we can work out what that actual program is and how we can link that in. Say it's a program about zoos, I'll sit down and say, okay, what is going to be unique and different every week? Because I'm sure you're not doing the same thing every week. Even if it's a music show and it's a blues show, say, every week you're going to have something different. So I will show you how, we will show you how to create things that are different. And the things that we're going to ask for are images, videos, links to YouTube, links to news stories as well, things that you already know. So it's not, we're not asking you to go out and do more work. If you're putting a show together, that information will indicate to us what needs to be shared. So it says you don't need to do it, you just need to come and have a chat to us, that's it, or a phone call. And once you've done it once or twice, those of you who are already doing this every week will know it's easy. It's like a little format. You just know, I'm going to tell the team this is what we're doing this week, and they make the post for us.